How's everybody doing? My name is Rudy. You're watching a YouTube channel called Alpha Investments. We do box openings and pack cracking, which is what we're going to do today. We talk about the market conditions of card games and non-sports cards, and we talk about the things when there's movement of things going up, things going in circles, things that tank and bamboozle us to zero, and of course, the majority of the market that just does nothing at all and stays the same. So today we are revisiting to a vintage Pokemon era. Actually, I think it's my last one in queue. This is my last one I'm filming, last one in queue for my patron Lawrence F. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, almost 10 years old, the XY Pokemon era, known as Steam Siege. Now, before we get into this video, as always, full disclosure to everybody out there, friendly reminder, please keep in mind, everybody, these are loose packs. Buying loose packs on the open market with everybody, including Rudy, who's now invested $1 million in multiple X-ray CT scanners. I will be ending my YouTube channel just to X-ray everything. That's all I do for a living now is X-ray stuff. Please remind everybody, these are packs that were broken down by myself and my own family almost 10 years ago, and I have been sitting on them in the world famous Rudy's Pokemon bathroom. These are random, unsearched packs from myself and from breaking down EX, GX boxes. So I know the history. These came direct from distribution in Pokemon from my store, and no one else has handled these. So when we do a video like this, we're doing a 36 pack crack. 36 packs of a product like this, I would estimate on TCG Player, a 36 pack Steam Siege booster box is probably around $400 a box right now. And well, I'll be honest with you all. Wow, Infernape. Wow, we're not having a good start here, everybody. It's not Spirit Link. It's a Venusaur Spirit Link. Nice little trainer cards and the old Nidorino. I just want people to understand that, you know, the results of this, as you all have seen, some pack openings are insane amounts of pull rates and some are below average. You know, we have no way of controlling it because there is no correlation, because all these things came from me breaking down different boxes. Wow, so far it's a very, very quiet, soft opening here. So keep that in mind. There's absolutely no rhyme or reason. There's giant boxes of these packs, and they've been shuffled and moved and shaken around for the last 8 years, and that is where things stand. And we have our first major hit coming up here. All right, Lawrence, here we go. Oh, by the way, Lawrence, thanks again for being a very kind patron all the way. And Sharon, I think, Massachusetts, I think. Ready? Ooh, the old Steelix EX here, everybody. The fancy schmancy textured craziness. Before they had textured cards and Magic and everything. Our first little nice hit there, everybody. And a couple things to go over because everybody blows me up afterwards. Remember, let's go over a few important things you need to know about opening old Pokemon packs. If you go on TCG Player and you go to Steam Siege, well, we got another hit here, 2 packs in a row. See, as I said, there is no correlation when you have random, you know, my big box, there is just like 400 loose random packs from breaking down probably around 100 different EX, GX boxes. So there is no rhythm to it. But friendly reminder, everybody, when we do these videos, everybody goes on TCG Player. Rudy, every card in this set on TCG Player is like 200 listings, and they're all 50 cents a piece. I don't understand. There's a tremendous amount of these chase cards available. Beautiful. Oh, nice little mega Steelix suit. Okay. We got one of each now. So please keep in mind, there is a lot of these listed on TCG Player, but when you see those quotes for $1 a card, they're all for damage, heavy play, moderate play cards from kids' collections and things. Okay, they are not in pack fresh minty condition like we're doing today. These cards are, these chase hits here are not $1 a card. I don't know why I constantly get people messaging me and patrons. I don't understand, Rudy. These are all 50-cent cards. Why are you excited? Because the big Steelix, that's the big hit, and it's $1.50. No, that's not the pack fresh minty condition one, where if you grade it, it's going to come back a 9 or a 10 type thing. Okay, that's not what the prices of them are significantly higher in minty fresh condition. The old Pokemon cards are tremendous, little hydrogen, are tremendously impacted on condition, okay? So when we see Pokemon cards, the price is similar to vintage Magic the Gathering, everybody. Please understand that the price will move. Ooh, wow, I forgot they have those little split ones like that. Those are really, really cool. I always thought they looked really neat. And a little Weevil there. But yeah, please remember that the prices on these products, like vintage Magic the Gathering, they swing like crazy. Okay? An old Pokemon card and a PSA 10, a Beckett 10, a PCG 10, anything. The prices can be hundreds of dollars, and a played damage one could be $10. Like I said, I'm sorry to have to repeat a lot of these things in these Pokemon vintage openings, and I know this is our last one in the queue here that I'm filming, so we'll revisit these older Pokemon sets maybe later this year. We don't do them very often. I don't have infinite packs. I can't get more of these. They're all very old. But I just want to remind everybody, you know, because a lot of you all, there's always people who watch these videos, and they go, wait a minute, these old packs are this expensive? And they go on TCG Player, and they go, Rudy's, but the chase cards are 99 cents. I don't understand. Is this a scam? People get very confused because the markets are very strange. Ooh, nice little double hollow there. Markets get very confusing and very strange and distorted for people who aren't familiar with the history of this industry and what people do and where the money and the chase hits are. Well, we got something big coming up here. All right, Lawrence, we got something coming. Here we go. A nice little, I like the split cards. See, I think these split cards look better than Magic the Gathering's version of split cards. They cut the card this way and there's mini cards. I think this is, I don't know, it has a better vibe. It's kind of interesting how they did a little angle there versus like a straight line, but it looks cool. And ladies and gentlemen, a gorgeous, wow, gorgeous, mega, I think Gardevoir EX. And this is a beautiful textured one there. Holy smokes. Beautiful triple. So we are at 3 major hits so far. So as of right now, based on how many packs we've opened, Lawrence, you are way above average right now. So our pull rates and hit rate, hey, there we go, our first break of the video. Again, I always thought break cards were beautiful. I thought the mechanics were a little but I always thought they had a really neat look to them. I know break things are kind of a thing of the past there, but I always thought they were pretty cool. I still love trainer. Every time people ask me, Rudy, what do you think of trainer cards? You don't say much about Pokemon. I always kind of like trainer cards. Old man Rudy, you know, it was kind of a thing, you know. I always thought they had a different vibe with it, you know, the kind of the connection between a trainer and his Pokemon. I always thought trainer cards were underappreciated and everything. All the different spirit links in the set. So, all right, folks, we just passed a third as we get ready to approach halfway through this particular box opening. And the other things I want to discuss with you all is the history of Steam Siege. And let me explain. Well, Steam Siege was a Pokemon set from almost 10 years ago, and unfortunately, Steam Siege from the release in day one did not do very well. Beautiful little split card there. And a nice little normal hollow. These cards did struggle. This set did struggle. It was very overshadowed. The break cards were not really super sought after. And of course, this era was pretty much inundated with XY evolutions. Oh, see that? See, to me, I like this better than I like some of this, okay? Look at that subtle foiling and the way it highlights the background and the angle of the artwork. I think things like that are just absolutely beautiful. Sometimes simplicity in art and having hollows and foils complement certain lines and directions of it is a really, really beautiful thing. Nice, oh, little Mantine there. And see, same thing as that. The way the card and the art is angled and you have the hollow lines like that, I think it gives it a nice classy look. Personally, again, I know, hot take, I still remain not a huge fan of the crazy Mega EX ridiculous stuff, okay? The breaks I thought had a neat kind of vibe to it, the way they did the hollow foiling. But like more of these with like the textured kind of things than not, like I think that looks cooler with the texture than it does some of these extreme Japanese style with the writing. And it's just so busy looking on the card. I feel like it just, I don't know, it loses a little bit of the classiness and everything. That's just, you know, art is just a personal thing. That's just my personal vibe of the whole thing. And everybody loves and hates different Pokemon sets and art styles and everything. I mean, hell, in the last 18 months, well, I guess before the last 60 days, everybody hated Scarlet Violet. Everybody said, art always cracked me up. Everybody thought the new Scarlet Violet was the worst Pokemon. The arts, the silver borders, the pull rates, everything. Everything about the new thing was done. And now the market's changed its attitude. Everybody, you know, we're literally now, as of filming this, beginning of August 2024. And now suddenly, guess what? Everybody's obsessed. The money stopped flowing into Sword and Shield era. Box prices have leveled out. They stopped going up in Sword and Shield. And now the money's flowing back to Scarlet Violet, and we're seeing upticks all over the place in Scarlet Violet. And that is normal. That is just how the ebbs and flows of these markets work. And there's no reason to be upset or happy or excited. These are just normal movements, everybody. There's nothing really dramatic to report. Beautiful. I will say, I've never been a huge reverse hollow fan. You know, I've never been a huge reverse holo. I never felt it was, but again, I know that's the point of it. That's why they're cheaper and not as sought after. I always felt it didn't really complement the art real well. All right, folks, we're about to hit something big here, Lawrence. You ready? Here we go. Hey, the old Pokemon Ranger Busey. I love the trainer cards that are kind of this full art, flashy. Yes, yes, I know. Rudy, are you a wafu? Are you a waifu? Are you a waffle? Rudy, are you a waifu? Are you kidding me? You guys know I love wives. You guys know I like the chickadoos. Anyways, not as much in the Pokemon, more in the wives. But you know, I always thought the trainers. Again, like I told you guys earlier in my speech, I always thought the trainer cards were underappreciated. That's just kind of my opinion. I always thought they just didn't get the appreciation that they did, and you know, and I don't know, maybe history changes and art style, and beautiful special charge there, and the old Bisharp there. All right, folks. Well, overall, Lawrence, very solid video. Already 5 really nice hits up there, and we are 2/3 through this box opening video as we yip-yap, talk about the past. And I have to admit, on that haul, see, the best thing about reverse holos, even though they're not my favorite, is I do like the different designs that they put in the background of the reverse, in the text box. I always think it's kind of neat. Some of them are better than others. Some are more detailed, some have better flavor for the style and connect with the art and the theme. Others don't, and they're always different, you know? All right, here we go, the old program, all right. All right, but yeah, I guess to wrap this video up here, I just wanted to end everybody with just a reminder for everybody watching this in 2024 or 2025 in the future, that just a reminder, folks, hey, our second break, at least a different break there, our second break card of the video. Just a reminder that it's difficult to predict this stuff because remember, how you feel right now about Scarlet Violet or any sets does not reflect anything to do with the future, how things are going to change, and how the outcome is going to be, okay? Remember that. I just want to make it very, very clear, you know, this is a great example. If I had told anybody that Steam Siege would be $400 a box in 2024, years ago, people would have just laughed at me. I would have been ridiculed and been like, oh, there's Rudy. Doesn't play Pokemon, doesn't know anything, just slings the boxes, he's an evil investor destroying all of our lives. You know, you'll get met with that kind of stuff, but it really just, you know, I've done this long enough to know oh, okay, 3 breaks. I didn't think, oh, 1 of each. Okay, actually different too. I was like, wow, we actually got 3 different breaks too. We actually didn't get duplicates. That's, you know, that's normal. All this stuff, all these things that people get wound up about are really nothing to get wound up about. These are normal market swings, behavior, and evolution as products age and people's opinions change. And, you know, well, a weaker set like Steam Siege, you know, do I think Steam Siege will go to $1,000 a box? As goofy as it sounds, yeah, it eventually probably will, because it's just, hey, there we go. Didn't even realize we had a hit in that pack. The old Volcanion EX, nice little dual fancy flashy there. That is another big hit there. So we are, all right, 5 major hits and 3 breaks, so 8 hits so far. So we are already, I guess, slightly above the box average there, and it looks like we're about to hit something again. Holy smokes. A 4th break. Wow, all 4 breaks are a different card? Wow, that's really actually kind of lucky, Lawrence. That kind of never happens. Usually we get duplicates of things in a lot of these videos, but anyways, that's where it is, everybody. You know, that is the. Are you serious? We're gonna get really? Wow. Okay, another absolutely phenomenal box opening, everybody. Sorry, I want to take a look at that. Beautiful. Another one of these crazy, huge EX full art, crazy textured cards, and typical factory conditions. You can see the little white nicks from the factory. Actually, the top looks really nice there, but the bottom of this card you can definitely see from the factory, from the rollers and sliding on the print sheets. A lot of these little Pokemon cards will have little marks like that. You know, that is why, you know, 9s and 10s. Yeah, I said pack fresh. A lot of these older cards would not even be perfect back in the day. So back in the day when people opened them, and then kids and people played with them, that's why when you go on TCG Player, and you see all these cards Rudy's talking about in the video, and they're all $1, well, that's why. Because again, these cards, you know, it's very difficult to have near mint pack fresh cards from a Pokemon product that's going on 10 years old in the next year, okay? Because that's why when you go online, you say, wow, they're only, some of these chase hits Rudy's talking about are only $1. No, they're worth way more than $1. And if you can, like I said, if you get them graded and you actually get 9s or 10s, I mean, 9s and 10s are probably going to put these prices on the low side of 30 to 50 a card. And if you get lucky and hit something crazy, it's probably going to be 100 to 300 a card. So yeah, if a box is $400, Well, and you're getting a bunch of, well, $30 cards, $50 cards, $100 cards. Yeah, that's why the numbers make sense. Then you factor in the cheaper cards, the bulk, the regular rares with no foiling, common uncommons, and of course, the stack, which I won't show you because they belong to the patron, and then of course you get the stack of all the code cards, okay? So yeah, that's how the math works, and that's why, well, that's why these boxes, even for a weaker set like Steam Siege, that nobody likes nearly as much. And by the way, I do want to comment one last thing before we end the video. I just want to tell everybody from a long time ago, even sets like Ancient Origins, Primal Clash, and Evolutions sold the best because of course it was Evolutions. It always sold the best, but they printed the crap to the ground. Nobody thought it would ever go up. But sets like the Roaring Skies, okay, Primal Clash, Ancient Origins, those particular sets, okay, I just want you all to know, all of those had reprints after they were going up in price. Obviously, everybody knows Roaring Skies hit $400 a box. They reprinted to the ground. It tanked back to $70, $80. That's how I ended up with my, couple hundred boxes of Roaring Skies and the sealed case I have today because it collapsed and I just kept them. I said, whatever. And the same thing, the Primal Clash and Ancient Origins, they had one final small reprint wave, 6 to 9 months, maybe even a year or two after release. So maybe from 2016, 17 to maybe 2018. And, I ended up getting, like 100 boxes of each. So my 100 sealed boxes of Primal and 100 sealed boxes of Ancient are just from the reprint. This was before Pokemon raised the prices, so I think my cost per box was like $75 a box back then. And, I couldn't sell them. I even tried running some patron sales to you all for $79 and $89 and, stuff like that. Like, nobody wanted it. And it's nothing to do with the people back then. It's just the attitude and people's perspectives back then. It was just different. People wanted the black and white era Pokemon, the older stuff. New XY era product was all deemed trash. And just to leave everybody the final thought, remember that your mindset today it's a very difficult human trait to be able to understand the mindset for 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, and 10 years from now. Okay? I was there front and center. LGS, Rudy store, distribution, Pokemon. I could get as much as I wanted essentially. It didn't sell. And the cards and everything in the XY, besides Evolutions, was always sold, but even then, the prices were terrible. You'd make $1 a box selling for $79 a box. Remember, today, everyone says all these comments about this and that, but you weren't there back then. You didn't understand the history of this stuff. And that's why I report it in these videos. I talk to you all about it, because I want you to understand how we got here, and how can we learn from the past. And that's why, we hit Sword and Shield era, and I did incredibly successful, and I was incredibly well off going through Sword and Shield Pokemon, all the way from base to battle styles to chillings and fusions and brilliance and evolvings and astrals, all the way to Lost Origins, the Silver Tempest, and the specialty sets in the middles and the ETBs. And, I knew coming from XY through Sun and Moon, by the time I hit the Sword and Shield era, I recognized how good that era was, and I bet the farm. And, I don't know anyone out there who has more sealed booster boxes of Sword and Shield than I do in 2024, because I bet the farm on it, okay? I have thousands upon thousands, because I've done this long enough to know, and I was like, dude, if XY and Sun and Moon can do well, and I think Sword and Shield is the best block in modern Pokemon history, I was like, if these boxes right here in XY, if flipping Steam Siege can be $400 a box, and Roaring can be $500-600, and Primal and Ancient can be pushing $1,000 a box or whatever. If these things can do this, you're telling me Chilling Reign should be $79-89, and oh my god, it broke 100, and Fusion Strike should be $99. Like, I knew with so much confidence. I went all in. I put my money where my mouth is, and I went for it. And I made videos every 30 days telling you all what I was doing and reporting it to the public, even though most people just thought I was full of shit and laughed at me, bashed me. There's countless posts on social media, other YouTubers making fun of me with Chilling Reign, and me saying that shows Rudy doesn't know what he's talking about. And, I let time take care of the rest, and here we are. So, I hope you can learn something. The best part about these videos is revisiting the past and learning from history, and that helps make us better decisions. Thanks again, Lawrence, for being a very kind patron. I'll get these things headed your way. Have a beautiful day.